Hey there. I've got a lot of stuff I could talk about, and over the last couple of days, I was planning on trying to upload a video to this every day, and I had a busy couple of days, so I think I'm going to promise myself to try to do this like 4 days a week, 5 days a week if I can. I mean, if I can do every day, I'm going to do every day, but I can't promise anything. And, some days I'm not even here. I'm not even available to do this. And I really can only do this when I've got the time to sit at my desk and don't have work right in front of me. So, there you go. So I've been thinking about what to talk about. It's not that I'm out of ideas, it's just that I have so many things I could discuss. There's so many things that are on my mind all the time. I was on a road trip recently, and I went through like 10 different topics that I was like, oh man, I could talk about this, talk about that. But, if you want to, I was thinking about it even more. It was like, if you want to talk about the presidential race, or communist agitators, or cancel culture, or tech censorship, or any of that stuff, there's so many people already talking about it. And I probably will talk about some of that stuff, but I don't know if that's what I want to make my main topics about. I want to talk about bigger ideas. I want to talk about the why more than the what. Okay, so today I think I'm going to talk, at least I'm going to start. I believe me, nothing I start with is ever going to stay where I started. We're going to go on crazy tangents now. Before I spend all day here talking about things. Yeah. Today I want to talk about dreams and the nature of sleep. So, in the last year I've found out quite a bit about myself. I mean, not just even the last year, but the last couple of years, as far as sleep goes. Now, I always knew I was a snorer, and this is one of the weirdest things about being a snorer. You don't know. Like, you don't hear it. Like, unless somebody records me snoring and shows it to me, I'm never there to witness it. I'm on the other side. I'm in the land of Nod. I'm sleeping while the snoring's going on. So I'm sleeping fine. However, everybody else can sure hear it. And a lot of times they can't sleep. Now, I won't lie, this has definitely affected a lot of my life. My poor younger brother used to share a bedroom with me, and I know it probably messed up his sleep patterns for his whole life. Even other people that have lived in houses with me, in other rooms, and completely different parts of the building have had to put up with my snoring. I was staying on a friend's couch recently, back in the winter, and he was all the way on the other side of the house, and he had to get a noise machine app for his phone to run so that he could sleep. I worry about that just because I don't want people to hate me. I don't want people to not want to have me around, especially if I'm going to be, if it's a sleepover type situation, just because of my snoring. Well, I found out a couple of years ago that it's way more than just snoring. I have sleep apnea. Surprise, surprise. As overweight as I am, that's usually a contributing factor, and I guarantee it's a contributing factor in my situation. Though I have been told that even when I was down into the, mid 200 pounds, which was overweight but not quite obese, I guess. I don't know. Probably still obese. But I was still snoring, even at that size, though it wasn't nearly as bad, apparently. I don't know about the sleep apnea. No one really mentioned it to me until about 5 years ago. And supposedly the way it happens is I will snore and snore and snore and then stop. Like, stop breathing. And then I'll, lurch, and then I'll, eventually, like I'm coming up for air from underwater or something. And I guess that's the pattern that goes by the entire time I'm sleeping. Yeah, attractive, huh? You want to sleep next to me? It's scary. It makes me scared to go to sleep. The last couple of nights, I've been afraid to go to sleep. I literally sat in my chair. Thank goodness I've got a nice, comfortable chair. And I tried to sleep just sitting in a chair. I don't even know if that makes a difference. I didn't have anybody there to pay attention to me sleeping in the chair to see if I don't snore exactly the same way. And usually when I fall asleep in my chair, it does happen sometimes late when I'm working and we're trying to watch a movie while I'm taking notes and stuff. And so I got one of those little neck pillows, like you use on an airplane or whatever. And I tried that last night, but after a couple of hours, I was just stiff and I was like, oh, I gotta lie down. But it's like now I worry that if I go to sleep, I'm just not gonna wake up. I mean, I guess that's the best way to go anyway. For some reason, I always thought I would die in a plane crash, falling into the ocean, and then get eaten by a shark. Yeah. But, yeah. So, okay, that sucks, right? Yeah, it's whatever it is. I've been told I should get a CPAP machine. They're horribly expensive. I don't really like asking the state for help. So I'm kind of stuck in a bit of a moral dilemma there with asking for charity to get a CPAP machine. But I don't even know if the CPAP machine would work. I'm horribly phobic about wearing things. This is a nice, collision of my phobias and my health issues, and that I don't like wearing. I don't like shoes. I don't like hats. I don't like rings. I don't like jewelry. I don't like watches. I don't like sunglasses. I don't like any of that. Heck, I would wear a loincloth if that was literally what I could get away with all the time. Just to be proper, right? But no. Wearing a CPAP machine while I'm trying to sleep, I don't know if I could get sleep. Of course, then I'm afraid, what if it works? So I'm afraid that it won't work, and then I'm also afraid it might work, and then, okay, now I have to sleep with this CPAP machine for the rest of my life. So what if the power goes out? Or what do I do when I go on trips? Or what if I want to go camping? Or what if I want to live out in the woods by myself? Or what if I just want to be where there's not electricity? Or what if my CPAP machine malfunctions? And I don't like becoming dependent on anything. And I definitely don't want to become dependent on a machine. Though, at this point, I am curious if it would work or not. We'll see. I'm going to try to find a cheap one. I've actually seen really cheap ones before because I don't think you're supposed to sell them, which means people can't get much money for them. I mean, it seems kind of gross. It seems like buying like a used toothbrush or some used underwear. It's like someone's been breathing with this thing. I don't know. I mean, I know you can clean them, but we'll see. So this whole thing isn't exactly about CPAP machines or sleep apnea. I've gone off on a tangent here with that, but I wanted to talk about the nature of dreaming. And now here's where I benefit from all of this crazy health stuff, because I also have a superpower, and that is that I can go into REM sleep at almost any time. Like, I've literally been like in a waiting room before. Oh, and I'll talk about that real quick first. So I guess I have a little bit of narcolepsy. I mean, it's not serious enough where it's ever happened while I was driving or in the middle of a conversation or while I'm engaged in anything. It happens when I'm disengaged. It happens when I'm watching a movie and it's boring. It happens when I'm in a waiting room and I'm just staring at the wall and waiting. And it's gotten better and worse over the years. It's kind of weird. It comes and goes. I wonder if it has something to do with my blood sugar or, whatever, my sodium count, or what is that called? I don't know. It might have something to do with that. I haven't really done much experimenting to see, but, it happens. And sometimes, so coming back to what I was saying about the dreaming, sometimes I'll just be waiting somewhere and I'll fall asleep and I will go right into deep dreaming. Like, I'll go right into REM. And sometimes it'll be like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. But in the dream, it feels like hours or days or weeks or years. It feels like sometimes an entire lifetime of time has passed, and I'll wake up and it'll be like, yeah, it's 10 minutes later. And I'll just be like, how? Other times hours will go by and it'll seem like a moment. You know how dreams are. The time doesn't really tie together so much to what's happening versus what's happening in the dream. So yeah, my dreams are really vivid too. So sometimes I can have an extremely vivid dream just taking a half-hour nap, and you're not supposed to be able to do that. Most people have dreams that most people that do dream. Not everybody dreams, and not everybody dreams a lot. Not everybody dreams vividly. But Usually it's at least a couple hours. Just an entire cycle you're supposed to go through before you go into the REM cycle. It might even be 2 cycles. I don't remember. That's like middle school stuff, but yeah. So I have you may see dark circles under my eyes. That's not hereditary. That's from my weird sleep. But yeah, so there you go. What else? I don't know. I guess I still want to talk about more. So my dreams are fucked up. Yeah, seriously, fucked up. I don't dream about puppies and unicorns and shit. I dream about like apocalyptic shit. I dream about really dark, fucked up shit. Like just and it's always really abstract. Like it's always so fucked up that when I wake up, I try to tell people what I saw and what it was, and it's just it never translates. I'm like I could write down my exact dream experience from a dream and try to relay it back to you. It wouldn't make any sense. And yet there'll be these moments in these dreams that I swear later on, they talk about deja vu, and I have deja vu from my dreams all the time, and for a moment, or sometimes for a couple of moments, things will be unraveling, and I'll start to remember, and I'll be like, oh, this is going to happen next. Oh, and then this is going to happen, and then it happens, and that shit freaks me out. Like, what's going on there? I don't know, y'all. I just, I hope if I do die in my sleep, I hope I don't feel it, and I hope it just happens, and I just all of a sudden am floating above my body, and I'm like, should have gotten that CPAP, huh? Yeah. Maybe I will. We'll see. I don't really want to be like Darth Vader. But maybe that's my destiny. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. All right. So, yeah, I know I think I have 3 subscribers right now, maybe 4. One of those 4 might be me subscribing from another channel. I don't know. But, yeah, y'all, let me know what you think. Put some comments in there. Since I plan on making some money off of these eventually at some point. Subscribe, tell your friends, maybe organize a protest to stop me, whatever you got to do to help push my name out there, good or bad. Anyway, I love you. Mean it.